This is another product that's unique to Solar. It's called the Rig Cone. Really, really handy for shrinking down shrink tube. Steve Renyard reckons it's absolutely the best thing to use for creating his withy pool rig. The really popular chod rig can be formed around the larger end of the cone, and then really acute, hard, tight angles with shrink tube with certain rigs on long shanked hooks and so on can be done at the other end. Comes in a packet, comes with a selection of shrink tube. This shrink tube is fantastic. It really, really does go down small once you steam it. It goes down quick. And the best thing is it really does hold its shape. Some other shrink tube still stays a bit flexible. This stuff is perfect. The Rig Cone comes apart, the handle will turn back in so it fits inside your tackle bag nice and easily. So I'm going to show you now how you might use it for shrinking down some shrink tube to create a withy pool rig. First of all, I'm going to get the kettle on, get the steam up. What we've got here, great wide gape hook, part of the Solar range. It's got a straight eye, which is perfect for this rig. I've got one of the blowback rings with the teardrop shape there on the shank that's just going to slide back and forth and is stopped by a little rubber bead there. I've flossed the bait on, which is really important for this rig, so that the pop-up keeps its buoyancy. Some guys use it with a bottom bait, but really this rig was designed to be used with a pop-up. Now, I've taken the medium-sized shrink tube here. I've cut the standard length from the packet in half and slid it on down. I'm going to put it just slightly over the eye. Now this is the real change here. You don't have to grab a pair of pliers or worry that your hands are going to get burnt in the steam. You simply place the hook in the slot in the Rig Cone, like so, and then bend, using a bit of tension, the shrink tube around the cone like so. All those different slots, you can choose which one's going to suit you and the size you want. Halfway down, the 8th rib seems to be the best one for the withy pool rig. And here you can see I can keep my hands well away from the steam and shrink that tube right on down to form a perfect shape for this rig. You can see that it's coming right on down, just the very last end bit, and then take it away out of the steam. I'm going to turn that kettle off just for a second and then remove that from the Rig Cone, like so. So there you have a perfectly formed piece of shrink tube. All that remains is a split shot to be squeezed at the end of the shrink tube there. Steve recommends that that split shot should balance the rig so that it's critically balanced, but that will sit on the bottom like so and trick some of the wariest carp. So that's the Rig Cone for the withy pool rig. You can use it for shrinking all your shrink tube down. Here I've got a long shanked hook, and there I like to use a really quite short piece of shrink tube, but I want it coming in at a really nice acute angle. So I'm going to put that again in the Rig Cone, making sure the hook point is nicely out the way. And again, holding that in the steam keeps your hands well away from it, no chance of burning your fingers at all, and you can adjust the angle you like around any one of these ribs on the Rig Cone. So there you have it. Solar Rig Cone, great for all kinds of shrinking down of tube, whether it be for a withy pool rig, a long shank rig, or anything else that you come up with.